Folks in YouTube, welcome back. Yeah, so I'll get this battle going. Yeah, there needs to be a cure for long COVID. It's otherwise, I think I said this before. It's just gonna get worse and worse otherwise because more and more people are developing it every year. Like it's you can't ignore escalating problems forever, right?
Yeah.
And the coronavirus still goes around. It's gonna be like the flu, where people get it every year, and every year it's gonna add more people get long COVID. In fact, the risk is going up per person who gets COVID because repeat infections increase the odds. So, yeah, let's say right now, each winter, 50,000 more people develop long COVID. 3 years from now, it might be 80,000 or 100. So, that's a lot of people to get disabled every single winter. I mean, this is so much worse. I mean, the flu we could ignore because it killed 15,000 people a year. Mostly very old people who are already close to death. But long COVID, coronavirus, it goes around and it can disable 50, 100,000 people, the majority of whom, because even though older people are somewhat higher risk, the majority of people who are young, healthy individuals, just over half of the people get disabled. Those are young, healthy individuals, and then 45% or something are people who had pre-existing conditions of some significance. I think it's a little more than half had some pre-existing, but some of them are really mild things that barely count as pre-existing conditions, like allergies or or asthma or something. So, yeah, mild asthma may be a pre-existing condition, but these are people who lived a normal life, and yeah, then they're their whole lives are being ruined, and it's going to be more people each winter. So this isn't something we can ignore. There has to be development of a cure. Oh, I just realized the necromancer walks around with a sickle, like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
She's got a giant sickle, and her cloak is tattered too. Very dark and evil looking. Guess there's no real question she's evil. Yep, this is being Grey Guard. You use good units and evil units. Both. It's like some sort of theory of balance. I keep saying, from Knights of the Republic, the Raccoon or the Grey Jedi, who try and balance good and evil instead of being light side of the Force or dark. I don't know. You've never played Knights of the Republic, have you? You said you
Not
hadn't?
yet. No, not yet.
Definitely worth playing someday. 'Tis a great game.
Heard good things.
It's one of those classics everyone should try. I mean, there's some parts of it that haven't aged well. It was back in the days of RPG heroes as junk collectors. Where you had to collect every stupid, useless piece of loot you find and sell a lot of stuff.
Right.
They were starting to do away with that, but it's back in the day where that was still pretty common.
I think it's still honestly pretty common.
Yeah, more than it should be. That's for sure. Sorry. Coughing. I know it's not great. Tyrant Scoundrels. They have Spirit Protection. This doesn't do any spirit damage, just Blight. Frost. They should be weak against Frost. Alright, Yep. It's just lining up my units here behind, or my hero behind the cadavers, because they provide cover. When there's no rocks around, I use the corpses.
Yeah.
Yep. That's overkill. There's like different range of damage, but it got a crit, so. Frosting Scoundrel. Does it have any unique abilities for being a frostling? Nope. It's actually. Oh, it's weak against fire. So if I. Goblin Scoundrel poisons its crossbow. Jeez, look at this. 15 damage for a crossbow shot. The Goblin Scoundrels are much tougher than the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain races are better at certain roles. Like, if you're going to be a rogue, Goblins are great because their Scoundrels are much better. If you're going to be I think it's a Warlord gets Berserkers. Like, Orcs are really good for that. Orcs and Tyrants are particularly good warlords, which I'm playing a Tyrant one. It's a very different Tyrants. You know, you spam lots of like spearmen and stuff. Orcs are berserkers more. Less of a balanced army and more of a few gimmick units like that. So. Yeah, there's a chance they'll try and get a clear shot. So, all 3 undead next to the Necromancer. Dwarf Scoundrel. Dwarves. Huh. That dwarves had reduced range strength. Oh, no, they don't. That's just orcs. And yeah, they're harder to kill. The other scoundrels. Still. Humans and goblins make the best scoundrels. Humans because they can throw nets, and goblins because they do a lot more damage with their crossbows. Yeah.
So any rogue can train scoundrels?
Yeah, it's like the hunters for druids.
I see.
High elves make particularly good druids. Goblins make particularly good rogues. Tigran can do a good job of Tigrans make great theocrats and warlords. Humans make good dreadnoughts and rogues, especially. Goblins make good rogues. I think I said orcs make good warlords. I mean, there's a lot of flexibility in classes, but in terms of really playing to your strengths, getting some gimmicks, there's something to be said for instead shoring up your weaknesses of a given class and, you know, a strategy, but what's the crossbow range here? Guardian Flame. It's a cool little ability. 10 hit points, protection against fire, and does extra fire damage with attacks. Only melee attacks deal extra fire damage. Nice. With the stupid thing on fire, too. I'm lucky I'll kill this. Yep. I was lucky. Nice. Unit had very high morale, so it was much more likely to get a crit than normal. Why is its morale so damn high, actually? 3 battles, 1 in battle, preferred terrain, recruit a hero, race happiness. Huh. Alright, well anyways. Decide to sprint to avoid opportunity attacks. God, that crossbow is... I shouldn't say God, but that crossbow is nasty. 15 damage. That's very, 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 very powerful for a crossbow. Yeah, remember what I said about, like, rules of turning the face? Like, that thing didn't suffer any retaliation because of that. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where's the enemy? Is there just the one enemy unit left? Did the other die? I thought there was another dwarf scoundrel am I missing something, or is it just that one unit left alive? Oh, there's the frosting scoundrel. I bet there's one more. I know there's one more. Yep, like that thing only got 1 retaliation. Finish him. Alright, goblin with 1 HP. Easy enough to kill. This guy got crippled somehow. Focus on the chariot. Cool. Cool. Shoot. Uh. Stack this guy, this Tyrant, with the other Tyrants, because his Guardian Flame helps everyone heal faster. Yeah, out of combat, Guardian Flame gives 10 extra healing for the stack in total, like divided up per turn. So, something. Probably gonna send the Tyrants to deal with these Frostlings. No, they didn't do any fire damage. That'd be dumb. Right. Sorry, I'm getting like sitting here overthinking things. Starts to happen when I get tired. Okay, time to deal with some dwarves. That'll be the end of this turn. I mean, need to actually grab some more caffeine after this fight. Or even I could do... How do you feel? Would you prefer I grab... Would you prefer a brief pause while I just grab some more caffeine now, or after the fight?
It's up to you.
So you're indifferent?
Yeah.
Alright,
Should be fine. Either way.
yeah, should make a big difference. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should take a turn or two first while I know what it's on my mind what I was going to be doing with the units. So I don't forget. Can't always hold things in my head as well as I'd like. Nice. Flanking. Cool. Nice. That would have lit him on fire, but... Range penalty? Really? Spearman versus Spearman, except mine are higher quality. You never played like Rome Total War or anything, did you, Joe?
Only a little bit.
Yeah, I think I saw it in your Steam library. Now I think of it. Um, contests between heavy spearmen come down to numbers and troop quality. Do you ever like, is the Greeks hoplite pushes or anything like that?
Not really. I've played. I've been meaning to play more of it.
Eh, it's a good game. Maybe sometime we could do a multiplayer match or something, like a 2v2 against the AI or something, or competitive. But I don't know. That can. I find it's best not to do competitive stuff with people you like. Save it for the strangers.
I don't really know how to play, so
Yeah.
probably
So
wouldn't be a great idea.
comp stomp would probably be better for that reason anyhow then. Cheetah's pretty beat up. Retaliatory strikes aren't that effective against prowlers because they have martial arts, which makes them. Yeah, and this deep guard was stupid enough to withdraw from Tigran. Who Tigrans have predator ability, so their opportunity attacks are nastier than for other units.
Yeah.
Yeah, not smart, for sure. Let's see, do I have anything that can get this unit? Not really. Polearms have first strike. Oh, Dur. Well, I shouldn't say Dur, but duh. Why did I not think of that? Both of these are spearmen, so they both have. My spearmen also had first strike, so that means that they get to attack first.
Oh.
First strike cancels first strike when both units have it. There we go. I was like, how do I avoid taking another hit? Because these units are some of them are looking a little bit beat up. The ones that hadn't attacked yet, especially.
Yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt the wandering hunting units to have to heal, so kind of reduces the economics efficiency of hunting stuff. Dread Monkey is an award? Warg? Huh. Two Crushers, a Flamer, and an Elder. Shoot. Dragon Ancestry. Bestows Hammeral Fire Protection first strike. Should not underestimate Draconian Elders. Crushers aren't so bad, and the Flamers are. Cool. Got my units all spread out all over the place, unfortunately, but could make them pray for scoundrels if I'm unlucky. Hmm. I think as scoundrels, I think there's more of them wandering around just everywhere at this point. Brigands, brigands, more brigands. You know?
Yeah.
Gets kind of annoying. Hmm. Jeez, I don't even have the mana to raise more militia. I'm poor indeed. Let's see. We're bringing another longbowman in here. Ah, okay. Almost forgot about this. Let's go explore this valley. Huh. Ooh, a monastache. Nice. That alleviates some of my mana woes. Oh, and there's that necromantic circle. Do you see it? It's guarded by two reanimators.
Oh yeah.
And a lost soul. Well, that's not terrible. I only have one lost soul with them. Yeah, you could, after you deal with the orcs, you could send an army up there and clear that. And once that's clear, that area will probably be reasonably safe. I wonder what's across that bridge. Could be an independent city or something if you're lucky. Maybe. Alright, I'll raise more militia. I'm trying really hard to snowball things up here. Building a temple as well. Oh, you're a little tight for gold, right?
Yeah. I only have 63 and I'm only making 116 a turn.
Alright, let me send you a little gold as a gift, and then I'm gonna need to get some caffeine.
Okay.
Although I'm really, let's see, I'm really hurting for mana in absolute terms, though not so much per turn. So let's see. I could spare like 65 gold. 16 mana per turn. You just wanted to give me like... Jeez, I'm already giving you a bunch of mana per turn, aren't I? Yep, treaties 33.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, no, don't need to worry about it.
I gotta build some shrines.
Yeah, just give me like 54 mana absolute terms. Your mana stockpile should last, I'd say, at least 5 or 6 turns. So this is a little bit of mana. I don't have a ton to spare. I'll have more in the future, so this just allows me to plan. But some gold, take the gold, and cool.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure. Just trying to help. Um, Druids can really grow like crazy if they have enough mana, because, you know, summon animals and then you don't have to raise as many units. Then you can raise more settlers
Yeah.
and clear sites faster. The reason I was talking about clearing that valley is because once the necromantic circle is done with, you can probably raise another settler and send it to that northern valley. It's far enough away that even if there's other hostile sites, as long as you clear the necromantic circle, it'll probably be pretty safe. I don't see any gold mines or anything, but it's room to expand.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cave entrance over there. That could be. I see, it's that cave entrance near my city, so it's actually pretty safe.
Over where?
It connects near Galbrand, my vassal city, and the entrance is up in the mountains to the northwest of your capital.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's the main place that danger would come that might threaten a city built in that northern valley. And enemy units would have to march right past Galbrand, which, I mean,
Yeah.
like brigands and stuff, they tend to ignore the vassal cities, but they don't. I don't know. They could, so I guess they could, but the biggest danger would be the occasional brigand that might come from underground. That's not likely that they would come from that far. Still, you might not want to build too far from your capital because you want to be able to reinforce in a hurry. But you could also put a dwarf city up there. Actually, if you were able to raise a dwarf settler, it would really do well up in the mountains, even better than an elf city, which would only benefit from the forest. Yeah, you would need to raise a settler in your little village.
Yeah.
Of Fugold, and then bring it along the road to the northeast, which isn't terribly far, and not that dangerous to be sent escort, and then the cave exit. And from there, they'd pop out and they would just head east over the mountains. It would take a few turns, but it's a great site for a dwarf city because there's mountains, and that's preferred terrain for dwarves all around it. Yeah. So, probably better than founding an elf city up there. But you could do either one, and it just, you'd probably be happier. The city would probably be happier as a dwarf city. So. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot more mountains and forests.
Mm-hmm. And the city itself would clear a couple forest tiles, at minimum 2, probably 3 or 4, for the, space to build the buildings and stuff. So there wouldn't be much preferred terrain for elves. They wouldn't be unhappy. They just wouldn't be happy the way a dwarf city would up there. So up to you how to make it work. But yeah, let me pause the recording and go grab some caffeine. Coffee. I'll be back shortly. Just hit the coffee machine here, or the espresso. What do you call it? Keurig thing. And I also set my sight on probably what I'm gonna eat for my kind of dinner. Lactose-free yogurt, some gluten-free granola. I mean, most granola is gluten-free unless they add wheat, because it's usually based on oats. I'm on a pretty strictly an IBS diet, FODMAP diet, because one of the things with long COVID is I developed a reasonably severe case of irritable bowel syndrome, which I never had in my life before long COVID. So now I can't eat a lot of things I used to love.
Damn.
But granola is usually fine, as long as I don't overdo it, because too much soluble fiber in the oats can cause a problem if I really go all out. And half a green banana, which is the 5-map serving size. When I first started the diet, I tried cheating once, eating a whole green banana, and I had issues. Half
Yeah.
a green, and it has to be green if it starts getting like really yellow. So it has to be a little underripe, because the FODMAPs go up dramatically as a banana ripens. So yeah, but yeah, half of a slightly underripe banana, granola, and some lactose-free yogurt, and awesome. It's, something I can actually eat that I like. Although the lactose-free yogurt is it's like thicker. I don't know. I think they use whole milk to compensate or something. It's really heavy, so
Yeah.
or maybe it's just the particular brand. I'm not sure. Maybe they made it with ultra filtered milk, which just doesn't have lactose because it filters it out. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I can just drink ultra filtered milk. I don't have to drink lactate, which is kind of gross. Uh, ultra filter is richer in protein and has less like sugars, including all the lactose is gone and a lot of the other sugars.
Yeah.
So it's good because when I have a hard time eating like too much fat, too much meat be a problem. Get my protein from milk. It's actually cheaper than meat anyhow. Anyways, I'll end the turn if you're good.
Yep.
Of course, I say that, but ultra filtered milk is not cheap. It's just meat is so expensive these days that, I mean, if you're in the Midwest, meat is a lot cheaper, but I'm not in the Midwest, so not
Yeah.
anymore. Went to grad school in the Midwest, but God, meat was so cheap out there because that's where all the cows are, all the beef cows are out in the Midwest, and then they bring them into they used to bring them into Chicago in the 1800s to slaughter them. I think they do it more in Minneapolis and stuff now, smaller cities, because Chicago's too big a city to have a slaughterhouse industry that's very efficient. There's too much traffic to get stuff in, and it's more of a financial center these days. But
Yeah.
historically, Chicago was a slaughterhouse city. That was the industry it was built around originally. That in manufacturing, because it was Midwest was too far away from the rest of the country to efficiently get manufactured goods from the coast. But yeah, if you want to attack that inn, I've got my cavalry unit there already.
Now
so
that we've got 12 units ready.
yeah, is it that many? 3? Yeah, it's 12 units.
Which one should I attack with?
3 to 1.
Oh, I got a dwarf race governance level.
Oh.
Dwarf crosswind deal 2 extra range damage, or stone walls in dwarf cities generate 75 happiness.
I'd probably hit the stone walls because high elf longbowmen are so much better than dwarf crossbowmen.
Yeah.
So you probably don't ever want to bother training those. And that means that you can, for instance, build that city up in the mountains, give it stone walls, and they'll be really happy, and then you can rush production more often without losing happiness levels.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Happier cities produce more money and they grow faster, and if they have a little surplus, you can do things to make them unhappy without dropping the level.
So what unit should I start the attack with?
Probably your hero, because he's your most mobile unit. Just not the whole stack, just the hero individually, because that'll call everyone else in. I like to start with a fast-moving cav unit, because they can outrun the rest of the stack. And then the whole stack can still get wherever it's going.
Alright, I'm going to start the combat.
Yep. Yeah, because I think it has me still commanding my units. It's been a little while since we had one of these collaborative battles, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be here for it, so... That's why I want to do it right away, so... I'm sharper. This banner's just gonna start going downhill. The coffee should help. Espresso. For the last of this batch of espresso, it all tastes kind of burnt to me. I don't know if it's the probably they fill the bag. It's like one of the bigger ones, and they put all the kind of slightly overcooked stuff in the bottom. You know, so you open the bag and it tastes great, and you think, oh, this is good, but by the time you get to the bottom, stuff's all a little overcooked. Because espresso is like a really dark roasted coffee, and if you overdo it, it's just burnt.
Mm.
I think it's you first.
Yep. Oh boy, I have a lot of units now.
Yep. Just beware,
Don't
the
know where to
shock
start.
trooper is deadly, absolutely deadly. And the Black Knight can do War Cry, so it can do 16 damage a hit, plus it can charge.
Oh boy.
I'd probably try and take out that razor bow since it's pretty exposed there on the flank, and work
Yeah.
on taking down the Impaler because it's further forward.
What should I hit it with?
The Impaler, you probably want to hit it with your ranged units. Your longbowman can kind of pull back because most of the units are melee. In fact, all
I
but
can
the
charge
razor.
them.
I wouldn't try and get close, not with that shock trooper. I would try and make them come to you. And try and
Okay.
use the fact that you have superior numbers and your ranged units can all hit them. Because I'm trying to remember that there's this name for it. This rule of, in bottlenecks, troop quality matters more in numbers, but when in more open terrain, right now they're in a bottleneck to take advantage of their much higher quality units than yours. But when they come out in the open terrain, you can swarm them. And range units, effectively, you can have a lot more range units hit them, even on bottleneck. So take advantage of your superior numbers. You want to try and stay out of melee and try and stay in open terrain where you can surround them on every side.
Alright.
So I would definitely not
I don't
go
have
to
a
them.
ton of ranged units. So I've only got one longbowman.
You got 2 initiates and a longbowman up there.
I got 3 initiates.
Oh, yeah, and those are all ranged, so they can all attack the Impaler. The initiates
Do you want me
can
to
move.
take out the Impaler first?
Yeah, with the ranged units, because you've got other units to the south who can focus on the razor bow. They can possibly. Yeah.
I'll just move up.
Oh, I was gonna say I wouldn't necessarily move up because the shock trooper, but
Oh. I see. You want me to just fall back initially?
I would fall
And
back
not
and
attack this turn?
no, it's got the range. I would just attack at range. I would hide behind the rock. You should be able to pull initiate 2 tiles back and still be in range.
Yeah.
If it goes like 1 there and then 1 to the west, or
Okay.
there.
It'll just take damage.
Yeah, just
Or
won't.
not take damage, do less damage.
Yeah, but that'll ensure that the shock trooper can't reach it because the shock trooper can move 5 tiles, so that's just out of range of the shock troopers.
Okay.
Yep, and
And
the
then shoot the
longbowman doesn't.
Impaler with the longbowman?
Yeah, the longbowman doesn't suffer range penalties, so
Yeah.
that's kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, the Impaler can reach that longbowman where it is, but you could probably stick like the shock serpent in front of it so that it can't actually reach the longbowman. Sacrificial shock serpent.
Yeah.
And just put it in guard mode, and then it'll deal an opportunity attack against if they try and go around, which they won't anyways, because they won't be able to reach the longbowman this turn. You could probably put the initiative like, yeah, there, or
move forward one so that I can get rid of the line of sight penalty.
yeah, because they'll still be the sock serpents should stop them from reaching melee.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they could go around, but they'd suffer an opportunity attack. So,
Okay, how about the dire penguins?
you could probably line that up next to the shock serpent and the initiate to make sure. That would actually guarantee they can't reach melee with the initiate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other initiate?
Uh,
Behind this other rock?
I was gonna say behind the penguin.
Can't quite get behind the penguin, but get.
Yeah, you can get next to it though.
Yeah.
And They won't be able to. If they try, the opportunity attack will kill them if they... Yeah.
There we go. Apparently it's pretty weak.
Yep. I guess they could reach that one initiate the Impaler, but if they did, they'd get an attack. Like one attack and then
Should I throw Filth at the Razor Bow?
Hold on. Just looking. Oh, that initiate's already attached. So that whole army is attacked. Yeah, how much range is this monkey? What's the range on Filth? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You'd have to move forward 1.
I think it can get close enough to... I'm trying to calculate if it can finish off the Impaler. I think it can. Well, no, less long range and line of sight. No, actually it wouldn't. Never mind. It wouldn't do enough damage to kill the Impaler. I was trying to figure out if it could. Although I think your hero... Yeah, your orc druid hero.
Should be able to.
Yeah, he's a druid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a longbow, so he should be able to kill them power long range. Yeah, but yeah, you could have the monkey throw Filth. I would try and keep your distance with the monkey so that you don't get charged by the Black Knight. But if it hides, yeah, behind the rock and throws Filth at the Razor Bow.
Wait, which rock?
Or yeah, actually to the east, that's a solid wall of terrain obstacle, isn't it? So yeah, I would attack the Razor Bow from the...
Going around the rock.
The big rock. The big rock next to the tree, yeah. Because that's a lot of cover that the...
Right here? Or should I keep going further?
Keep going further, like another tile, probably. Yeah. If you go
Line of sight penalty.
You need to go one more northeast to remove that, I think. Not sure, but I think you won't suffer it if it's towards the tree. For me, the up is towards the Razor Bow. Towards the tree and the rock, like where it's adjacent to the two. Towards the building. See what I'm saying?
Right here.
Yeah, I think it doesn't suffer line of sight.
Oh yeah, that fixed it. Just range penalty now.
Yep, because now it's considered adjacent to the train that's blocking it, so it doesn't...
Okay. Should I use the put the shock serpent in front of the dread monkey to close off that gap?
Yeah, they could go between the tree and the building, so I put it, like, closer to the building. Like, have it move in a straight line 4 tiles towards... You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's standing next to the tree. Because the Black Knight, if it really... Yeah. And just guard. Because if the Black Knight really wanted to be aggressive, it could try and charge through that gap. It probably won't, but... Yeah, next turn.
And what do you think I should do with the orc?
Try and finish off the Impaler with its longbow. If it hides behind that little rock near your other army. I think that's in range of the Impaler, just barely.
Yep. Yeah, but he gets a line of sight penalty.
Yeah.
No chance of finishing it off. 3 damage at most.
Unless, yeah, if he gets a crit, he might do a little more than that, but yeah, it'll at least weaken it.
I could shoot the other one, the Razor Bow, instead.
Oh, 6 to 8 damage.
Yeah. Or cast a spell. Rust Strike.
Yeah, how much damage does Rust Strike do?
20.
But only to machine units, right?
Armored. Oh no, machine units. Causes target enemy armored unit to suffer -2. Or deals 20 damage to target enemy machine unit. Oh, okay.
Actually, you might be able to kill off the Impaler this turn because it's bleeding. So if you do 3 damage, it's dead. Because it'll suffer 4 from blood loss. Do you see?
I don't see a chance for bleeding.
Oh no, it's already bleeding.
Oh.
It can't bleed twice. It's already suffering bleeding from, what made it bleed?
Good
Says
question.
it's razor projectiles, but who has razor projectiles? Oh, the longbowman? Does the longbowman have razor? Yeah, the longbowman
Yep.
has razor projectiles. Oh, from Hunter's Finesse.
What's Hunter's Finesse?
It must have been an upgrade you researched. Probably. It was probably one
Oh,
of
yeah.
the upgrades for the.
Yeah, it's an Empire upgrade.
Yeah, it's a
I
druid
remember that.
upgrade.
Okay.
That's right. So yeah, that it'll die.
Hopefully
It'll
that kills
bleed
it.
out at the start of its turn before it can attack. So, cool. You've just as good as killed the spearman.
Yeah.
Now it's
Okay.
just the shock trooper, the razor bow, and the black knight. And yeah, I don't think I can do much. Oh yeah, I can move the sun guard to try and try and absorb the shock trooper's blows, I guess. But I'll still get murdered. Even though this is a veteran sun guard, it's not really equipped to deal with something that heavy. Both of them are veterans. So these are solid melee units, but I don't think even they can deal with a shock trooper. Nope. I'd lose at least one.
Yeah. In one turn, they could do like 50 some damage. So,
3, 4, 5. Just calculating position. That's just out of range of the shock trooper. Cool. Yeah, the shock trooper can move 5 tiles. It's really mobile. Yep. The only things it could attack this turn is the shock serpent if it wanted. Sacrificial shock serpent, you need to get rid of it anyways because of how much mana it costs.
yeah. It's
9
expensive.
mana a turn. It's yeah. Let's see. So that is doing that. Yep. Bring the chariot around the rear so that when the shock trooper charges forward, it can throw a spear from behind the front lines. Do a little bit of weakening the enemy. Yep. Staying just out of range of the shock trooper. Oh yeah, and I have the mana for a spell, which I almost certainly want to cast. Yep. Last stand. That will actually enable the Sun Guard to go toe-to-toe with the shock trooper for a while. That spell. Can only do it to 1 unit though. Costs 14 mana. I only have 20 casting points. Oh, they went for the penguin.
Ooh.
I didn't think they could reach the penguin.
No, it's not dead.
Yeah, the penguin can do it does life siphon on its retaliation, so it actually lasts longer than you would think. Because every retaliation gives it 4 hit points. But yeah, they're gonna chew through your animals. Both of them. Neither of them is likely to survive.
Yeah.
Looks like the razor bow chose stupidly to get close enough that your shock serpent can close to melee with it. So that's probably the first thing to do is attack it.
Oh yeah.
And then your dread monkey might be able to come around. Oh no,
Try speed.
actually, your Dread Monkey can reach melee with it instead if you want.
If it sprints,
What?
can go around and flank.
Oh yeah, you can hit it with the Shock Serpent on one side and then sprint and get it on the other. You can, and both of them that way will do melee. And the Shock Serpent will set up the flanking. The Dread Monkey,
Shock
which
Serpent's already flanking for some reason.
yeah, that's because it just moved. It's facing, yeah. So Shock
Sweet.
Serpent first, it won't even suffer retaliation. Because the enemy will just turn to face it. And then,
if I sprint,
yeah, then the Dread Monkey can get around and
then it
finish
can
off.
flank and melee.
Yep. Dead.
Sweet.
Yeah, now it's just the really tough melee units. The Black Knight and... I don't know why the Black Knight hasn't
yeah.
used Warcry yet. Probably should have. Oh, it's only
That's
for one
weird.
turn, that's why. It'll probably use it next turn to massacre that Shock Serpent in just, in like just 2 hits or something, or 1.
What should I do?
Let's see. You can get flanking on that shock trooper with your hero with the longbow. And like you can keep some distance so it won't decide it wants to close in. So I would probably start off with that because the shock trooper is facing the penguin, so you can hit it around the side, around from the rear, basically.
Do you want me to move him at all?
Yeah, I would move him to get flank. He needs to move. Well, he could do it from his current position, but it'd probably be better if he.
He can currently get a flanking shot in.
Yeah, I would start moving around the side of that rock to get closer.
Right?
Yeah, to get. Yeah, just one tile, just to get start getting closer, because he'll probably need to charge that way to finish him off melee at some point.
And then shoot here with 3 hits.
Yeah. He gets flanking, okay. So.
On the shock trooper, right? Not the Black Knight?
Yeah, on the shock trooper, because it's a lot deadlier of the 2.
Okay. Come on. He's not bleeding.
Nope. If you managed to get him to bleed, that would have been powerful.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he has same hit points as the Black Knight at this point. Shock him. What?
I can use my lightning shock to hit him flanking.
Oh, from the high elf initiates?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably want them to have them all fall back a little, because those melee units are going to die. The initiates, and they can move back and not. Hold on, I'm thinking. They're probably going to kill the penguin. So you probably... I would say the initiate that's on the far flank should probably fall back over the open ground so he doesn't suffer line of sight penalties.
The one on the right?
Oh, I'm trying to get the same orientation of screen as you have. Okay, yeah, the one on the right. I would have it move towards your hero.
The empty town is up for me.
Okay. Yeah, so I would have the one on the right fall in next to the hero or something. I think, let's see, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can't get next to the hero. We can move a couple tiles that way and still not suffer range penalties.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't get flanking right now, though.
Oh, he doesn't.
So maybe...
That's because they turn to face that way.
Yeah. So I'll have to spin around with somebody else first.
Probably the shock serpent. It's gonna die anyways, and the shock trooper has guard breaker, so guarding doesn't do anything.
Not like one of the longbowmen, because the longbowman's only gonna move 1 tile, right?
Oh, you
3 hits.
Yeah, you could. You could do that, or you could do.
They currently have a line of sight penalty, though.
The longbowman does. Yeah, it would have the initiate. I would have the initiate fall back like behind the penguin, kind of to get him to turn. I would have it fall back. If it falls, oh no, the penguin wouldn't turn it far enough. Yeah, I would have the longbowman
I do have an
fall.
initiate that's over by your troops as well.
Yeah.
That can spin it around as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the right one to do it with. Yeah, if it moves one to the southeast, like next to other initiate, and it can attack over the. Or no, it's still gonna suffer line of sight either way. So I would have it. It needs to get closer though for the range penalty. Yeah, I would have it fall in next to other initiate to move the range penalty and then attack at range.
Which one?
The initiate on the far left. If it
Yeah.
moves next to other initiate, I think it loses the range penalty and they can attack. I'm not sure.
What do you mean by next to the other initiate?
Oh, next to the longbowman, sorry. That's not longbowman.
Oh, okay. So here?
Yep.
He does have line of sight penalty.
Yeah, he was going to have that either way, though.
Okay.
There's no way to get rid of it, but it'll flip this shock trooper around, and then the other initiate can hit him as well at that point. So kind of a 1-2 punch. Keep making him turn to face each
attack
unit.
On the other side.
Yep. That was actually a low roll. That's does quite a bit of damage.
Okay.
And then the other long initiate that had should probably Somebody's gonna have to suffer line of sight. It's probably better if it's the longbowman since he does arcing shot. So I would just attack with the other initiate from where he is, because he'll suffer a bigger penalty from line of sight.
Can't I just move the initiate to the right one tile and then move the longbowman to the right one tile?
Bottom right. You could, but the initiate would suffer. Oh, you're saying bottom right? Oh yeah, it could shoot through the
penguin.
Yeah, you could shoot through the penguin. I think he might not. I'm not sure if you'd still get flanking there though. But you can try. You can always move him back if he loses flanking.
I mean, would it be better to have the flanking shot with the longbowman?
The longbowman actually does less. Only the first shot gets flanking.
Oh, so I want him to get the flanking shot.
Yeah, you want the initiate to get the flanking shot.
Oh.
Yep. So I'd have the initiate attack now, and then
Okay.
the longbowman. Someone's got to suffer line of sight. Might as well be the longbowman who. Well, not someone doesn't have to. Actually, you could remove it. Yeah, if you had the longbowman falling behind the penguin, he wouldn't suffer line of sight. Actually, now that I think of it, but
then I lose a shot.
Yeah, you'd lose a shot. It would deal like 5 more damage, but you'd have less chance to make him bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's.
What?
I'm looking where units are and
stuff.
stuff.
What if he moves to the bottom right, and then I have the shock serpent just leave?
Yeah, I would have him move to the bottom right 1 tile and still take 3 shots, so that for no reason, none of that actually is going to matter, but so that my chariot can throw a spear from close range.
Okay.
But yeah, he's going to suffer line of sight either way, unless he moves closer, and then he's at risk of the shock trooper trying to come around the flank or the Black Knight. So I would just attack from there.
Okay.
He's going to die pretty quick anyways, with all the range units that are attacking. And you might inflict bleeding.
There we go.
There we go. So he's effectively got only 7 health left. And I might even
Cool.
get it, if I'm lucky, I'll light him on fire on my turn.
Would it be worth it to attack him?
Uh,
My melee, or should I just make them both guard?
guard won't do anything against him because he's got guard breaker.
Oh, well, they're still at night.
Um, 1420. Yeah, I would yeah, I would attack with the shock serpent because then my chariot can finish him off with a spear from range. And the shock serpent's the most expendable unit. So,
Okay. Oh,
he got
he's
lucky.
dead. Oh,
Shot.
no, he's not dead. Holy
Nope.
shoot.
He actually
got
leveled
4.
up. I was gonna say, actually, I might not guard with the penguin. I might attack the knight so that it
Oh, yeah?
wastes its attacks on retaliation so that the shock serpent won't die. Because you can actually save that shock serpent, or at least give it another round to do more stuff with.
Oh.
Yeah. It might still die either way, but this will allow you to get more stuff done. If you exhaust the Black Knight's retaliations, it can't attack on its turn. You can only attack up to 3 times.
Ooh.
Yep. The life siphon, but now the Black Knight's only got 1 attack left. And I can exhaust that by charging it with my saber-tooth tiger. Saber-tooth chariot. Finish it off or whatever. Or my spearman.
Nice.
Spear versus horse.
Can you kill it with the other spearman?
If I set up flanking with the chariot, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Might even light on fire. Nope.
Nice.
There we go.
Sweet.
We didn't even lose any units. Nice. And I now have an expert